Here are 15 facts you may not know about the Philippines under the Spanish rule and the American liberation. Spain ruled the Philippines for 377 years, beginning in 1521, when Ferdinand Magellan arrived in the Philippines, and ending in 1898 by the defeat of Spain in the Spanish-American War. In 1898, following Spain's defeat, the U.S. purchased the Philippines, Guam, and Puerto Rico at the signing of the Treaty of Paris for $20 million, equivalent to $605 billion when adjusted for inflation in 2019. In the 377 years of Spanish rule, the Filipinos were left uneducated with no system of education in place and Spanish as the dominant language. Starting in 1898, 600 American soldiers carried by the ship U.S.A. Thomas became the first American teachers in the Philippines, and they became known as the Thomasites. Education became freely available to all Filipinos under the American colonial government system. English and Tagalog were established as the dominant language for the Philippines. On June 18, 1908, the American colonial government established the University of the Philippines, UP, to provide higher learnings for all eligible students regardless of age, sex, nationality, religious belief, and political affiliation. Unlike the Spanish, who forced all of its Filipino subjects to be Catholic, the Americans gave religious freedom to the Filipinos, allowing Filipinos for the first time in 377 years to choose their own religion. On December 8, 1941, the Philippines was drawn into World War II when Japan invaded the Philippines. The American-led liberation of the Philippines started on October 20, 1944, with the amphibious landings on the eastern Philippine island of Leyte. On July 4, 1946, right after World War II, the U.S. granted the Philippines its independence. In the 48 years the Philippines was an American territory, the Americans set up the three branches of government in the Philippines: executive, legislative, and judiciary. The separation of church and state was also introduced. Americans built hospitals, clinics, roads, streets, bridges, parks, and many other infrastructures that were never built under the Spanish rule. Filipinos were introduced to American cultures like movies and music, American sports like basketball, boxing, American clothing like suits, jeans, high heels, and American foods like hamburger and fries. Filipinos started adopting American names and started preferring white-collar jobs. English became widely taught and now spoken all over the Philippines. The Americans and the U.S. will always be a part of the Filipino fabric, because Americans liberated the Philippines from the 377 years of Spanish rule, paid for and purchased the Philippines from Spain, died for the Philippines in World War II, and in the 48 years it ruled the Philippines from 1898 to 1946, invested heavily in its infrastructure and to the development of its people to usher it to the modern era. I hope you learned something new about the history of the Philippines and how the U.S. has greatly influenced our culture, our way of life, and our way of thinking. The trajectory of our future both as a people and nation has been forever altered, thanks in great part to the U.S. and the American people. Hey guys, this is Sid. I hope you liked my video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Anyway, thanks a lot again guys. Take care. Bye.